And welcome to a year of eternal love. A Course in Miracles workbook for students. Lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. The idea for today begins to describe the conditions that prevail in the other way of seeing. Peace of mind is clearly an eternal matter. It must begin with your own thoughts and then extend outward. It is from your peace of mind that a peaceful perception of the world arises. 3 longer practice periods are required for today's exercises. 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening are advised, with an additional 1 to be undertaken at any time in between that seems most conducive to readiness. All applications should be done with your eyes closed. It is your inner world to which the applications of today's ideas should be made. Some 5 minutes of mind searching are required for each of the longer practice periods. Search your mind for fear thoughts, anxiety-provoking situations, offending personalities or events, or anything else about which you are harboring unloving thoughts. Note them all casually, repeating the idea for today slowly as you watch them arise in your mind, and let each one go to be replaced by the next. If you begin to experience difficulty in thinking of the subject matters, continue to repeat the idea to yourself in an unhurried manner without applying it to anything in particular. Be sure, however, not to make any specific exclusions. The shorter applications are to be frequent and made whenever you feel your mind, your peace of mind, is threatened in any way. The purpose is to protect yourself from temptation throughout the day. If a specific form of temptation arises in your awareness, the exercise should take this form. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I see now in it. If the inroads of your peace of mind take the form of more generalized adverse emotions such as depression, anxiety, or worry, use the idea in its original form. If you find you need more than one application of today's idea to help you change your mind in any specific context, try to take several minutes and devote them to repeating the idea until you feel some sense of relief. It will help you if you tell yourself specifically, I can replace my feelings of depression, anxiety, or worry, or my thoughts about this situation, personality, or event with peace. And for the insights in lesson 34, this is a step forward. I could see peace instead of this. This is mind training. These workbook lessons, there's 365 of them for the entire year. In the first half of the year is the undoing, the past conditioning of your mind. Because up to this point, right now, as you're watching this, your seeing is through the lens of the past. All thoughts that you have is a recycling of the past. Why does that need to be rewired? Because it's keeping us from the now. It's keeping us from the love's presence in the now. In the earlier lessons, we learned that God is in everything we see because God is in our minds. But since peace is an attribute of God, and God is in our minds, peace must be in our minds. This means if I'm not seeing peace, I must be closing off my real self from my awareness. Since peace is already in my mind, I don't have to acquire it. I need only accept its presence. In any situation in which I am not feeling peaceful is an indication that I'm using something to hide peace from my awareness. And in the introduction to this course, A Course in Miracles, it tells us that it's not going to define what love is, but merely help us remove the barriers to love's presence. In this lesson, it's another step in removing those barriers. We will know love when we have let down the barriers against it. And today's affirmation is a powerful tool to help us step back from the mired forms of distress and pain and unhappiness that we experience in our lives. Just repeating that statement reminds me that I don't have to see the world the way that I am seeing it. I do have a choice. You have a choice. And that little crack is open. And each time I affirm that thought, I give myself the gift of opening my mind to the possibility of healing. I may not be ready to accept it. You may not be ready to accept it. The ego fights us on every step. The ego is the insidious part of you that we have through our past experiences attached an identity to. It's the part of you that's self-sabotaging you at every corner and looking for you to play small in every corner. This lesson is encouraging to be open to letting these thoughts go, that I could see peace instead of this. I want to thank you for joining with me today. This is a year of eternal love. And I love you. And I hope you'll join me for tomorrow's lesson. And until then, God bless.